Rizal Talisman for National Stupidity. A Rizal Talisman for National Stupidity. Yes, I can say that there are times I can do stupid things for my own good and also for the good reputation for someone. And I also taken for granted of what the things I have done to others. It is a present situation where I feel different to others and also a feeling that I've never exist to some group of people. Jose Rizal was a political activist and also known for his political writings that will inspire to all the Filipino people. He avenges the Filipino people for the cruelties and abuse of the Spaniards through his writings. Rizal wants that the Filipino people will be free from the cruelties done by the Spaniards. More often, the importance of our heroes rests on how an individual approaches and engages with their legacy. Therefore, through the words and deeds of Jose Rizal, it will inspire a young Filipino people to lead a life dedicated to a service or something that will benefit their fellow man, to help the less fortunate or even to fight for a collective ideal. The Rizal Law, RA 1425. The Rizal Law in RA 1425. Yes, I can say that we need to give importance to the writings of our national hero because it gives understanding to ourselves that awaken my mind. It is a present situation. I feel that learning the life and works of Rizal will help me as a student to be better. We need to remember the lives and works of our national hero, also to honor the dedication he made for our country. The Rizal Law have a good intention, also it will influence in the minds of all the Filipino, especially to the young generation. This law made to educate the students about the freedom and nationalism. The students are given the opportunity to learn the different heroes in the Philippines. Through this law, it gives every student a glimpse of what the ideal Filipino is. It introduces the Filipino to the beauty of studying the life and work of Jose Rizal. Through various social science disciplines, it also provides for a more practical application of the knowledge, skills, and the key values. Therefore, learning the life and work of Jose Rizal is not a waste of time, but it will enlighten our knowledge and be a good Filipino people. The law shows the significance in social and political aspects. It will provide insights to deal the current problems. It enables us to become truly educated and to value a peaceful and prosperous country by recognizing the power of nationalism, patriotism, national consciousness, and moral uprightness. No limitang heri. Ano limitang heri? Yes, I can say the virtues and a good quality, also having self-confidence and appreciate own worth. It is a present situation. I felt lucky to have a hero like Jose Rizal that writing a novel for our freedom because this novel promote nationalism. As a Filipino, we must patronize our country by respecting law and also to promote our Philippine culture. Rizal balances the national portrait by highlighting the virtues and good qualities of his unspoiled countrymen, the modesty and devotion of the Filipina, the unstinting hospitality of the Filipino family, the devotion of parents to their children and the children to their parents. This novel was written to remind us the experience of our national hero in his time. It is very important that in ourselves we should reflect our own action and the belief for our country. No Limitang Heri was an advisory for the Filipino to fight against the colonizers and to this reminder of our history. As a student, I've learned the love for our country and the importance of the love to our family, helping each other towards the improvement of our country. We need to act of being a true Filipino and to know who we are and understand what is our goal for the good of our country. The events and characters of No Limitang Heri resemble our life, our culture, and also the beliefs to all the Filipino people. This will mark in our hearts the values that the novel tells us and be a good model to everyone. El filibusterismo. The topic being discussed is about the El filibusterismo. I can see the abuses and corruption that happen not in myself but also to the society. I can see that those in power abuse their position to get favors and to satisfy their lust. It is a present situation, and I feel the inequality, the poverty, and also the environmental crisis in our country. Because there are some people who abuse the entrusted power for their private gain or the activities that result the gain of some powerful organization. The novel of El Filibusterismo was written to remind us that every problem we face has a solution to be made. This novel reminds us that only those uneducated people will be rolled over by those in the power. So, it is important to have a good education, study the process, and the things that will help us to be treated equally to others. It also inspired us to fight our freedom against the oppressive and abusive Spaniards. Through this novel, Rizal wanted to the Filipino to have a good education and have a better life. Therefore, having a good education is not a waste to our life, but it is a good opportunity to all to have in it, because the learning we have in it is no one can ever take it away from us. Also, fighting for our own freedom and have hope of every solution to the problem we face is a way of having peace in the future and living peacefully in ourselves. The Vision of Father Rodriguez. The Vision of Father Rodriguez. It is a picture of a conversation between Saint Augustine and the Augustinian priest Friar Jose Rodriguez. This is to counter the effect of the novel, which is the No Limit Tangere. I can say to myself that there are things I do that someone was criticizing is it, especially the action and the beliefs I have. It is a present situation that sometimes I feel different when someone criticizes some actions I made, because there are other people are not good in criticizing, that sometimes it can offend to me. Jose Rizal wrote this as a counterattack to the irrational criticisms of Fray Rodriguez in No Limitangere. In this pamphlet, Jose Rizal demonstrated his profound knowledge in religion and his being satire. As I observed that in Rizal's time, they only used pen and paper for sending a message to someone, but in this present generation, young people use social media as their platform for interfering discussion, especially in Facebook. Therefore, I can see that it is important to know the whole situation before interfering the both parties. I learned that I should never interfere other people's life, also criticizing them without knowing the whole situation that he or she is facing in his or her lives. It is a way better to know them and a way of peaceful communication by understanding each other. The topic is about by telephone. Telephone that was written by Jose Rizal. I see as a youth of having a capability to shape the future of our country. I see that the poverty the poverty we face is not the hindrance for not going forward, but it is a challenge to ourselves to face the future. It is a present situation, and I felt like living in this world is very challenging. And facing social issues in our country is very difficult to handle, and also lots of questions that comes in our mind for seeking any solutions in it. It is very helpful to learn every issues that our country were facing, so that we must know what the steps we should take in order to solve it. As a student, there are lots of things that we can help in our country. As what we shall want is that it is important that we have a good education, also be a good Filipino citizen, that we should act to be a model to others. Every one of us is facing different problems of the community and also in our family. Therefore, we may not lose hope of everything, because everything has a solution. Everyone must be treated equally and decently. As a student, I should take the steps which will help our country or in the society to be good, to think something that everyone in the community can benefit. I learned that We should not focus the problems we have facing, but instead we should focus our goal and to reach our dreams for the better. Results letter to Father Pastels. The result letters to Father Pastels. I can say to myself that I can forget easily of some things that happened to me. Also, I see that there are some people gives advices that shows how concerned they are to me. It is a present situation that I feel the memories are very important. Even if it is good or bad, memories are still be remembered. Father Pastels reminding Rizal that conscience is very important for us and we should need to follow our conscience because this is the instrument God has given. Pastels tells Rizal that science and religion doesn't contradict because both of those fields are under in God's control. It is very important to listen of what other people can say about us, especially if it gives impact to ourselves. Also, those thoughts will help us as students to be a better person in the society or to our country. Therefore, listening to the advice that people want to tell us is not a waste of time. It will help us to grow better as a person. We should understand that they all want us to be a good person, a good model to others, and also to be an instrument to the young generation.